I grabbed his arm, grabbed it real tight, and I couldn't figure out. I'm holding it tight on his arm, but I'm still falling. I'm Acadia Einstein, and this is a very special Strangeful Things.
Sheltering in place is not advised, as your survival cannot be ensured in that scenario.
Well, this practically caused me to just get you destroyed.
Unsolved, unresolved, and super complicated.
Strangeful Things.
Welcome, everybody, to Strangeful Things. I'm Acadia Einstein, and indeed, this is a special episode. I'm here with Shuey, which is special in its own way. Hi, Shuey.
It sure is special. Thank you. Hey, everybody.
Damn straight it is. But that's not the extra special part. The extra special part is I was rummaging through my filthy sack of former partner posts. And who was at the top but Jenn
What
Martinelli?
a full sack it is.
Listen, you fucking suck.
All right. Well, we're right back where we left off.
Where's my? Oh, you know what? I am sad that I don't have all my little sounds, all my little noises.
Oh yeah, that's true. Your
that
little
I used to do all my radio
your
show
morning
noises.
zoo squawk box thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
and lots of cartoon doink sounds. And
Yep.
stuff. That's production value, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Well, tell everybody that you're well. I mean, I assume
Everybody,
you
I'm well.
are. Good. You probably
Well
already
stated.
know. Jenn Martinelli is now a TikTok star.
Oh yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
star for hating men. That's what I'm going
Yes.
for. That's my
I
brand.
mean, but that is what
That's a
people
solid
want to hear.
brand.
It's a solid brand. Hating men and also telling people to steal toothpaste from CVS.
Yeah,
Those are my
that's true.
two. Those are my
That's true.
two. Most polarizing.
Yeah, that toothpaste thing really fucking
It
triggered
really
people.
nuts. I still get random people commenting on it, caping for CVS. I'm like, CVS isn't going to pick you. Like, I don't know what's going on here. They're not watching this to find out who loves them the most. I don't know what your goal is, but you can all just relax.
Not only should you steal toothpaste, you shouldn't even go to CVS because CVS stands for Consumer Value Store.
Oh, I know. Isn't that hilarious?
It's like a fucking Martian and invented the name of a store.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's really ridiculous.
Shuey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
All right. I mean, we just went to the show.
I got
so
nothing to
Nothing to add.
No.
nothing to add to that.
I buy my toothpaste
I
and
got
I'm a man, so I'm going to stay out of this
I don't
conversation.
know what your problem is with paying for goods and services.
Oh my god. I mean, I got COVID and recovered, so I'm temporarily
Oh, me too.
super immune.
Nice job.
Thanks. You too.
So wait a minute.
It's
You got COVID.
fun.
Shuey got COVID twice.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm on 2. That was 2.
Hannah got COVID twice.
Yikes.
I've had COVID 0 times.
Stay inside. That's because you never go anywhere, as you were just explaining.
Yeah, you don't leave that room, the room that Jen and I see right now.
That's true.
Yeah. So that'll do it.
Ain't nothing out there I want. All right, ready? We're going to go back to 1978, where we just were, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
The Yuba County
I
5.
never do that.
No, it was an accident. The Yuba County 5 were hanging around in California in 1978, and so was a girl named Mary Vincent, and I'm saying girl because she was a girl. She was 15 years old.
All right.
And
Off to a good start.
yep.
So far, I like it.
Well, she was someplace, and she needed to be in another place. And
Does this involve hitchhiking?
yes.
Oh boy.
Of
So she was
course
like,
it does.
okay.
Chips hadn't aired their anti-hitchhiking episode yet. People were still doing it.
Well, this will stop.
Sorry.
So she's in like a little hitchhiking, I don't know, siding with a bunch of people that are hitchhiking. They all their signs where they want to go. You know what I mean? Like it's just like hitchhiking.
It's a common thing.
Right.
Right. And so she was going south. Not to be confused with the Jack Nicholson movie called Going South, which was like I think the only movie that
Nobody's
he ever
confusing those things.
Nobody's confusing that.
Just pointing it out.
Just for clarification.
So they're all standing there being hitchhiking buddies, going, boy, I hope we get a ride because we don't like standing here by the road and whatnot. And a blue van pulls up.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So there were two people with Mary. I mean, they weren't with her, but they were in the same place.
They were in the same location.
Right. They had the same sign, like south or whatever.
Going south.
Yeah.
Did it say in parentheses not to be confused with the Jack Nicholson movie?
Exactly, because that would take way too much marker. You'd have to write it really small, and you would run out of room by the end, and you'd have to smush all the letters together and feel like an asshole.
All right.
Wow.
At least that's how I make signs.
It is true.
You fancy city people do it, but mine are always lopsided and shitty.
That sounds right.
The guy in the van stops, and he says, I can take you, and he points to Mary.
I can take you, young teenage girl.
Right. Now, the other people were there. This is apparently it was not the kind of, the free candy van that everybody pictures. Number one, it was blue. Number two, they could all see inside it, and they plainly saw there was nothing in it except for him.
So why couldn't he take more people?
Right. So the other hitchhikers were like, hey, don't go with him.
Maybe don't get in that van.
Yeah.
He's not taking us, and we're all going in the same direction, and there's nothing in there. Like, unless he has a bunch of invisible freight, there's no way that
he likes to stretch when he's sleeping.
Yeah. I'm hauling a lot of very, very clear ice. You just can't tell.
It's
So
incredibly pure.
she does not heed the advice of the other hitchhikers.
Well, because when you're 15 years old,
right?
You're like,
she wanted to get where she was going.
Yeah.
Her actual thought process was, this guy's old and I'm young, so even if he's a creep, he'll never be able to catch me.
Well,
I mean,
promising start.
Look, the guy was around 50. I'm very certain that the number of 15-year-old girls that I could catch, very low. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, but if they're in a car with you.
No, but her thought process was, if he tries anything, I'll get out.
Right.
And then run, and he'll never be able to catch me.
Oh, once she's out the door, she's gone, yeah.
Right. The only people that I would be able to catch are people that already knew I could catch them, so they didn't bother to run. That would be it. And I don't know.
So people without limbs and whatnot.
There. Oh, you said something there, partner. All right. So she's in the van and they're driving, and he's not being weird or anything. He's just being like an old grandfather.
Who's 50?
Who's 50. Yeah, but she's 15, so he might as well have been 109.
He might as well have been 1,000, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah.
You crusty bastard. So,
especially back then, 50 now look, well, 50 then looked like 80 now.
That's true.
So she fell asleep because she was tired from hitchhiking.
Oh, fucking fuck.
Sorry, Mary.
And then she woke up. And she looked out the window, and the signs were different. And she's like, hey, buddy, why are we going in the opposite direction of where we were going when I fell asleep? And he's like, I must have taken a wrong turn. And she's like, well, fuck right. So you got to wheel this bitch around and get going south. That's the best plan. And he said, sure. And he said, let me just turn around. I just have to go down this deserted road first.
Okay.
Fucking A.
So she's like, well, this isn't great at all.
No, it's the opposite.
And she notices that her shoe's untied. And she's like, well, fuck. I can't outrun him if my shoe is untied. So he stops the car and she hops out. Now, how we got here was she was hitchhiking. Weird guy picks her up, doesn't take any of the other hitchhikers. So it's just him and her alone.
Yep.
She falls asleep. He drives a completely other direction.
Yep.
And then drives down a deserted road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her shoe's untied. So I have to imagine that she was so confident that she was going to be able to run away from the dude that the biggest problem that she had right now was her shoe, that she had to tie it. So she got out of the car and bent down to tie her shoe.
Sure.
And he hit her in the head with a sledgehammer.
Of course he did.
Oh my God.
So now we cut to what everybody thought this was going to be when I first started telling the story, because why would there be a story about a fucking guy in a van and a woman alone that isn't this story?
Right.
But the name of this episode is Mary Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we name stuff after the killer.
All right.
This is not. This is
Okay.
named after Mary fucking Vincent.
The victim.
You'll find out why, but I don't want this shit back. Like, I don't want the people who are looking for information
Mm-hmm.
on this dick to find us.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's kind of hypocritical because I had to look up stuff to do the research, but whatever.
Right.
I'm me.
You are, in fact.
They're them. So
You sure are.
that's
Confirm,
right.
confirm.
That's the only thing I know how to be. So she's tied up in the back of the van. And I'm just going to say this. Don't need to go into it. He raped her many, many times.
Of course.
Now, this whole time, she was awake. She was like, the sled. First of all,
He hit her in the
I
head
don't
with a
know whether
sledgehammer and she's not dead somehow.
yeah,
first
if
of
somebody
all.
hits me with a sledgehammer, I'm not getting up anytime
No.
soon.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Even if they were holding the heavy end and hit me with the handle, I'd probably just fucking collapse.
Yeah.
So she's trapped in the van. No one's gonna fucking find her.
Right.
He raped her until he got tired and fell asleep.
Lovely.
And then it was just her in this van, tied up, can't move, watching the dude sleep all night. And then he woke up the next morning, and he just keeps doing it. And she just starts saying, just set me free. Let me go. I won't tell anybody. Just please let me go. If you let me go, I won't tell. And she keeps saying it, and she keeps saying it, and she keeps saying it. And so he stops, and he unties her, and he pulls her out of the van, bleeding because he like roughed her up,
Yeah.
and naked because he was raping her over and over again.
Right.
And he says, "You want to be set free? I'll set you free."
Oh, God.
Oh.
And then he goes into his toolbox and he gets a hatchet and he grabs her left arm and he swings the hatchet. And that quote from the beginning, I grabbed his arm really tight and I couldn't figure out that I'm holding him, but I'm still falling. Because he chopped her fucking arm off.
Of course.
So she looks down and she's like, well, I don't have an arm now.
Oh my God.
And that hurts and I am bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
You would.
And then he grabs her right arm.
Oh, come on.
But this
What
time,
the fuck?
he didn't have the element of surprise on his side.
Right.
So he still chopped her arm off. It just took way longer and was worse.
Oh my God. Acadia.
Yeah.
I had to. It's because I care.
Oh, yeah. Is that why?
I can't make this unhappen. If I could, I would.
Okay.
So now she doesn't have any arms. And he walks away. And he's like flapping his arm and like flicking it and whatever. And she can't figure out why. And then she realizes that her hand was still holding him and he could not get it off.
Well, that's kind of amazing. I mean, it's horrible, but like also
some grip.
Fuck him.
So
now you've got
Exactly.
a disembodied arm.
Here's a mild annoyance for you, monster. And
Right.
so he finally gets it off. Then he comes back. She's laying on the ground, naked, doesn't have her arms, bleeding. And she didn't move or say anything. So he thought she was dead. But that didn't stop him from then throwing her off a 30-foot cliff.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
So now she's been through hell, has no arms, got thrown 30 feet down a fucking well.
Yep.
And she got really tired. And she got really sleepy and really
What, from
cold.
the blood loss and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
and the multiple hits to the head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, she said that he would do this again. She said that was what woke her up.
Right.
So now here's the part. Here's really why I chose this story for you, B. She takes her chopped off arms,
Yeah.
shoves them in the mud to stop the bleeding.
Okay. She's with her legs, I guess.
No. She had like he chopped them off kind of like at like she had some arms.
The stumps that were left.
Like
She
not
takes
at the
stumps.
shoulder. She wasn't like the guy.
Not the loose arms.
Yeah.
Not the loose arms.
Yeah. No.
The part
those
that's
were
still
still up.
attached to her.
Those were still up the
That's
top
what
of
I'm
the.
saying. Okay.
Can you
I thought she
imagine if
went
she
and
did that?
her arms. I was like, Jesus
What's she
Christ.
gonna do?
Okay.
Did you see that movie Carrie and then stick her arm in the ground so that it was like coming up out of the grave? So
Okay, got it. So she's sticking them.
she sticks her stumps in the mud. That probably was not a good feeling,
No.
I would suspect not.
but she did it. And it actually I shouldn't leave this detail out. There wasn't any mud. It was dirt. She shoved them in the dirt and the blood made it mud.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course.
So basically she had arm stumps that she just shoved, like rubbed on the ground.
Ugh.
Remember, she's 15.
Right.
Then she crawled back up the 30 feet. She crawled up the cliff. Now, they say cliff. I don't care if it was a gentle incline. If
Yeah,
she
it doesn't
crawled
matter.
up, it doesn't matter to me if it was like the middle of fucking Central Park, this perfectly angled slope, whatever it is.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Even if it was fucking flat, a basketball court, she got up there.
Yep.
And
That's amazing.
she was kind of excited because she heard traffic. And she's like, well,
So she was near a road.
yeah. She's like, traffic must
So she
be
hitchhiked.
near a road. Well, she can't now, no thumb. So
Oh, terrible.
you started it. She's like, all right, well, I hear cars, so there has to be like a freeway, and I'll follow the noise of the cars, and I will. Someone will find me and help me.
Right.
Now she realized. Remember, arms chopped off, naked.
Yeah.
Like dirt, mud tourniquets is all she has on her chopped off arms. Now she has to apparently walk with what's left of her arms up in the air. Number one, because it would make it bleed less.
Right.
Number two, because if she put them down, her muscles would start to fall out. So
Jesus Christ.
She put them back up in the air. And she walked for 3 miles.
I couldn't do that tomorrow.
I couldn't walk to your house, and we just talked about the fact that that's only like a mile away. So she finds a road.
Oh my God.
By this time, it is dawn of the next day. And it's like a red convertible sports car. And there were 2 guys in it. And she basically like ran out to the road screaming, "Help me."
Right.
And they fucking took off. Like they were like, they noped right the fuck out of it.
Jesus Christ.
Now, she thought it from the standpoint of, well, I was completely covered with blood and naked and didn't have my arms. So I probably was scary.
Yeah, but
Still.
if I see a naked bleeding person running into the road, I'm not going to drive away.
You'd think.
Right.
But, you know,
I didn't want to ruin the leather.
I'm not 2 men in a sports car, so
True.
you know.
And you're
True.
not some like super scared person that it's like, I seen in the Reader's Digest that criminals often cut off their arms to lure you into the...
Right.
It's a trick.
It's a QAnon trick.
That's not a 15-year-old girl with no arms. That's a man with a machine gun.
Yeah.
So another car comes by, and this was a honeymoon couple, and they had gotten lost.
Oh.
And they must have thought that they were super fucking lost when they found her.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Oh,
well,
look,
we just got
driven
married
to
and that's
hell.
great. Yeah, but we just got married. Yay for us. Here's the opposite in every possible way.
Yep.
And they were in an old truck. They weren't in a super fast, yay, I'm glad I'm in this car.
Right.
It was an old truck, and she said they went really fast. And even though it was an old truck, I heard them peel out.
God.
They went as
Good people.
fast as they could. They found a phone and they called the paramedics.
There they go.
She lost over half the blood in her body.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
God
God.
damn it.
And apparently, and I don't understand the science behind this, but I've heard it before. Apparently the blood that was left was becoming toxic because it couldn't, like, if you don't have enough blood, it can't do all its job. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so
It was like getting overwhelmed with
Right.
toxins or
stuff
whatever.
that it's supposed to get rid of, it can't get rid of or whatever. Also, half her blood was fucking gone. And she walked through, and she walked 3 miles, and she climbed up the fucking thing, and she didn't just go, well, I'm in the bottom of a cliff with no arms, so it's time to die.
Right.
So
She was like, fuck that shit.
yep. She's like, I'm going to live. Ha ha. That's why it's named after her.
Yes, as it should be.
Yeah, it should be. Holy crap.
But now we got to talk about the Mad Chopper. I don't want to. I don't want his name to be the Mad Chopper because his real name is Lawrence Singleton, which you have to say it like that.
Oh, Larry.
You do have to say it like that.
Fucking asshole.
You definitely have to say it like that. Yeah.
He was born in 1927 in Tampa, Florida, and he was a merchant marine.
Oh, good.
That was his deal. And then apparently later,
The greatest generation, folks. The greatest generation.
then he became an armor chopper offer, and he got caught in 10 days.
Oh.
So that was good.
Really?
Yep.
That sounds pretty good for
Nice.
1978. I don't feel like they had the best
No.
technologies
Yeah, like what
to
did they
assist them then.
use? Yeah.
I don't know.
We have fingerprints and
We're looking for a guy in a blue van.
Call all the pawn
Fingerprint.
shops and see if anybody's trying to sell some arms.
and sketch artists.
He's trying to sell the arms on the second-hand market.
Okay. Cut that. That's
I
terrible.
I just won an award from something.
Yeah. Worst joke award.
Well,
Biggest dad joke award.
You know what?
You have such a bad dad joke. You're not even a dad.
Thanks. That's why.
You circled all the way around past dad, back around again.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a fur daddy.
Dad.
Got cat. Archie pissed on my bed this morning,
He's a
so
fur
I got
dad.
that going for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's got that
Poor
going.
Archie, he's nervous.
Oh.
So they catch him,
Poor Archie.
and they're like, well,
They catch him.
here's our evidence. You fucking did it. And so, like,
Here's our evidence.
Well, that's solid.
they go to trial, and this happened not too long ago in something, Shuey, and I can't think of it right now. But no joke, this 15-year-old girl had to testify against him in the court and, face your accusers, whatever.
God.
So
Right.
she's got to go up there with her no arms, and she has to say all the stuff that he did to her and everything like that.
Yep.
And then when she's leaving, she has to go by him.
Why do they do that?
He
Nobody
said,
should ever have to walk past their
yeah, you'd think
attacker.
there'd be like a side door.
Assailant.
Yeah, don't make them do that.
Yeah.
Come on.
He said,
It's fucked up.
if it's the last thing I will finish the job.
Oh my God.
He said that to this 15-year-old girl.
Bitch.
If it's the last thing I do, I will finish the job. In court.
Listen, this fucking guy better be glad that it was 1978. Because if it was any other time, I would somehow reach my arm through time to strangle the life out of him right now.
Why is that from
Some
1978?
sort of blockage for 1978. Yeah.
It's a paradox or something. I don't know.
I don't. I want to
I can't go back to disco.
Yeah.
Listen, I can reach back up to 30 years, but I can't get all the way to the
Fair.
70s.
I thought it was like, well, I can put my arm through time, but I don't want to pull it back and have a fucking mood ring on it because that would be stupid.
No, maybe I could. I'll try when we're done. I'll give it a shot.
But Jesus Christ, now I'm going to fucking worry about Martinelli's time arm slapping me because she knows what I'm about to do is a terrible idea because she can see the fucking future because she has time arms.
Yes. I
You
don't have
should
time
worry.
eyes though. It's just the arm.
Yeah, they might have time braille.
Wow. Well, we've invented a new amazing power in
Now it's another thing I'm afraid of. I have more anxiety.
Good.
You're afraid of time braille?
No, I'm afraid of time
He's afraid
Martinelli.
of my time arm. You should be. You should be. You should be afraid of my time arm.
Just the arm, though.
Just the arm.
You know how they say lift with the legs? I
coming
cannot
for you.
do it. If I have to pick up that,
The arm is all I need.
it's all,
Always with the arm.
yeah. I can do lots of
All arm.
interdimensional curls. So he gets convicted. And he gets the maximum fucking sentence allowed by law in the great state of California.
3 years.
No. 14.
14.
He gets
What's the
Fucking.
maximum
yes.
for
Oh my God.
What's he convicted of? Chopping off arms?
Multiple rapes, attempted murder.
Assault.
Attempted murder. Well, I mean, first of all, we all know nobody gets punished for rape, so that's not surprising. I assume he got 5 minutes for the rape,
Right.
and the rest was for the attempted murder. Maybe
Well,
like
that was because the judge didn't want to ruin the rest of his
I
life.
didn't want to ruin his life. You know, let's give him a chance. He's misunderstood. You know, he was a merchant marine.
Yeah. Which
Thank you for your service, or
You know what
whatever.
those guys do? They service. They,
Jesus Christ. Thank you, sir. Thank you for wearing that pea coat and that little wool cap that you wear
Yep. Your beanie. Thanks for the beanie.
and a beanie. Know how to do rope stuff. And we
you know
really
where all the best hookers are around the world.
Yeah. No, and
Good job. Good job, Lawrence. That was his name, Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Okay, Larry. Guess what? My least favorite person on earth that I've ever known was also fucking named Lawrence. So
Oh,
I feel
I
like
think that's a sign.
that means something.
Worlds are converging.
Yeah. My Lawrence is dead, by the way.
I'd like to send a message
that's
out
fine.
to all the Strangeful Things fans named Lawrence. We don't mean you.
No, 'cause if you're listening to this, you're not the Larry I'm talking about because he's dead.
My apologies.
If you can hear this, it's not you.
Yes. My
Congratulations.
Special apologies to Mr. Fishburne, who I'm sure has been a big fan for a long time. And
Yeah, obviously. Mr. Fishburne, it's not you.
it's not you. So
Think about changing your name because it's bad.
At least we got that cleared up.
Now, the presiding judge said,
Oh, boy.
if I had the power, I would send him to prison for the rest of his natural life. Which, not for nothing, that's not really a
like
hot
that.
take, Judge. Like, but I could see being a
bold statement.
But I can see being a judge at that point and being like, well, this fucking guy, let's throw him in that fucking hole. Oh no, 14 years. That's unfortunate.
I'm so confused by that. Like,
because I don't understand. I thought like when
it's
you
not like, man, it's not like, oh, I accidentally hit someone with my car or something. You were trying to kill them. You just were bad at it.
So
why does that get you less?
I don't understand. but with this case, we have with the rape thing. Every time he did it, should have been a separate charge of rape.
Well, yeah. So it was 15 seconds per rape. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is like
5 minutes total punishment?
Yeah.
Again, we don't want to ruin his life. We want to give him a chance.
Yeah. I mean.
An upstanding citizen such as Larry.
There's a lot of gray area. Not with the arm chopping off, but everything else, we don't really know what happened.
She did hitchhike.
Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, she was she
was obviously wearing something sleeveless.
Okay. She was at the end.
He did it. Now, he goes to jail. She says, I never knew there could be people like that in the world, and I pray that I never know another. And then she gets married and has 2 kids.
She knows another.
Oh, she gets married and has 2 kids.
She
Great.
gets married and has 2 kids.
Good for her.
And she won a $2.56 million civil judgment against Singleton. Which,
well, that's great, but I assume he doesn't have $2.56 million.
Like $200.
Yeah, was he wealthy?
Like, I don't even know what, like.
Yeah.
Also, I want to go back
maybe that just bankrupts you for life or something. Like,
I mean, yeah. Maybe
now you owe someone $2 million, so like you just never have money.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't pay the
whatever you make, you have to give to them.
Yeah. Or chop off your fucking arms and give them to me. No, then I'd have murderer arms. That's not better.
Yeah, I don't need those arms. They're always strangling
just give them to me so I can throw them away.
I just want to throw them away.
I'm going to make them clap as you get carried back to jail.
Yeah.
Slow clap.
Yeah, exactly. Slow, sarcastic clap, because I'm not really happy for you at all. So if the same thing had happened, if for some reason...
Are you going to now make Shuey a murderer who chopped up arms? Okay.
An arm chopper offer,
like
yes.
I'm going to be the victim.
No.
Oh, even better.
Yes, Chewy, if I was out with you and Jenn Martinelli mistook you for one of her TikTok enemies and she chopped off your arms. Yes. Nothing else, just arms, chop, chop, out.
Yep.
I don't know that she'd do it in that order. Yes.
Then...
What's my punishment?
Well, see, I'm your lawyer.
Okay.
Oh.
And here's my defense.
Wow.
I'm screwed.
There's
Bad
no
news, Shuey.
Well, Shuey's disqualified because the very first thing...
Wait, you're whose lawyer? You're my lawyer?
I'm your lawyer.
My lawyer.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know how you should feel about this, Shuey. I'd be insulted.
Well, it's because for purposes of explaining how I would defend him. First of all, I would object to Shuey being sworn in because the first thing they say is raise your right hand, which he clearly could not do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is this a cartoon now?
Then I would say you cannot convict my client of attempted murder. And they would be like, oh, why?
Why not?
obviously she wasn't attempting to murder him because she already had an axe. She could have just hit him in the head. She could have cut off his head. That's one thing to cut off instead of 2 arms. 2 arms is much harder.
Yeah, I was just trying to cut off his arms.
Right. It's like you can't. If she wanted to murder him, he'd be dead. So you have to only convict her of whatever the crime of chopping off someone's arm is, because I don't know how.
Dismembering?
Yeah. I think.
I don't even know. Assault? What is that? Who knows?
Yeah, what is it? Is it assault? Like.
I don't know. I don't know legal stuff.
If I would. All right, well, think about this. You don't have to answer till the end of the show. But.
Okay.
If you had to have one thing or the other happen to you, would you rather have Mike Tyson in his fucking prime punch you right in the face as hard as he can, or chop off the top knuckle of your pinky? So you don't have to answer now.
Chop off. Oh, I tell you right now, I chop off my pinky knuckle. Who cares?
I'll do that now.
Rather than face trauma.
Tyson ain't even that tough anymore.
I mean, I'm just doing this for fun.
So
also,
then,
Mike Tyson is a domestic abuser, so.
Well, yeah, I know. So that just gives him more practice at punching.
Exactly. I don't want him punching me in the face.
Yeah,
I'll just chop off my knuckle. I'll do it myself. I don't care.
I don't need him to do it.
Yeah.
Give me a cigar cutter or whatever.
That's right. I don't.
I don't need a man.
I'm an independent woman. I don't need any man to dismember me. I can do it myself.
I bet if you used one of those like hi-ya paper cutters, the ones with the big arms, you probably wouldn't even do
yeah. You just cut your.
Oh yeah, like in elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Good thing kids are using those.
Yeah, well.
Not anymore. Probably not anymore.
Toughen them up.
Now we just do, guns.
Yeah,
guns is fine, but no paper. I'm sure there's no paper cutters.
No, there's not, because I'm pretty sure they were bulletproof because they weighed 9,000 pounds, so they probably took them all out of the schools.
Right. Perfect.
So now we've got Lawrence in jail, Mary living her life.
Yeah.
And then old 1987 rolls around.
Uh-oh.
And Lawrence.
That's only 9 years.
Well, see, he had good behavior.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. He got out.
That's 2/3.
He got out in 1987 for good behavior because he was a good prisoner and he worked as a TA in the prison school. So he was a helper he would probably clap the erasers. And as a result, they said, well, you don't have to stay in jail so long.
That is, oh my God.
Here's the thing. I actually, as literally no one who knows me will be surprised to learn, I think we should be abolishing the police and getting rid of prisons. However, this man should be put in a wood chipper. Mm-hmm. So that would be my
fair.
And honestly, I mean, it being turned on would be worse, but getting shoved into one when it's not on would also be incredibly uncomfortable.
That would be pretty uncomfortable. Maybe we just shove him in when it's turned off for a while, just to warm him up.
Oh, and make him think that that's all we're going to do.
He does not go in face first, feet first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the longest
and arms down, so his face is the last thing. He's got to feel it all.
Nice.
Anyway, I hate men.
In case you hadn't noticed.
Carry on.
So then what happens is he's out of jail, but he's on parole. So there's a period of time where the state is like, well, I mean, he's not in the jail anymore, but we can't just
still watch him,
slap him on the ass and say, go get him, Tiger. Like you can't. There's gotta be.
That's only until the time of his full term would have been. His full sentence would have been.
Is that how parole?
According to this, it was a year that they had to worry about. But
again,
in that, they had to find a place for him.
The max would be that.
They had to find a place for him to live. And everywhere they went, everybody knew who it was. And everybody in the town was like, no.
Arm chopping rapist. Nope.
Yeah.
Not interested.
He's not coming. And so they put him in a hotel for a while.
No
and then
rapists allowed.
Exactly.
No dogs allowed.
So they put him in a hotel. Then somebody tipped everyone off that he was in the hotel. So 500 people got there to get him out of town, and everywhere he went.
Pitchforked up.
Yeah.
Good. I like the mob mentality. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end, apparently they had to go to the governor. They're like, we don't know what to do with this arm chopping guy because nobody wants him and we have to keep him. He said, put a trailer across the street from the prison, but still on prison property. And that's where he lived for a year.
That's amazing.
He was free, but he lived in the prison and didn't have a car, which is kind of fun.
That's
no Uber,
great.
so.
Yeah, no Uber.
But then they had to let him go. Like, go.
Perfect.
And he went back.
Good job.
He went back to Florida.
Another great place for men who love to chop off arms.
True.
Florida.
Very true. Well, he was from there.
I know. I'm just saying.
No, I got you.
Some stuff happens in Florida.
Well, some stuff happened with Lawrence.
Oh, boy.
Because in 1990, he got arrested of theft.
He got arrested what?
He got arrested for theft twice.
For theft. Okay.
Oh, theft.
First, he stole
What did he steal?
a disposable camera. And they were like, all right, 60 days in jail for that. Then...
And probably more time than he served for rape.
Yes, but then...
Right, that's more than he did for each rape.
Like,
Yeah.
That winter, he stole a hat. A $3 hat. And...
sounds like Lawrence has fallen on tough times.
Yes.
Good.
Well, that got him 2 years. The hat got him 2 years.
Sure. Hat.
The
$3 got you a quality hat in 1990.
Yeah, but what kind of cool disposable camera? Well, the camera's disposable.
A lot of questions.
Yeah.
First of all, California, I'm disappointed in you. Florida, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
$3.
Right. If the camera hadn't been disposable, then probably we could have let it.
Been in jail for life. I assume. That's it. Based on that punishment. If he stole, what if he stole like $1,000 camera? That's it. Lock him up for life. No parole.
Right.
Not a camera. Not private property.
Right.
The worst thing you can do in America is damage or steal private property. There's
damage property, yeah.
As we know, nothing worse.
Yeah, that stuff is much more important than people.
Of course, duh. Because people make the stuff, and then so the stuff is the pinnacle.
Well, this case also has some fun stuff that judges say because the judge in the big hat trial.
Oh, God. Can you get a trial? Like what?
He pled not guilty.
Yeah, I mean, what was the situation there? Right. I was cold, so I stole a hat. No one will hire me because I chop off arms and rape people.
But also I'm bald and I'm self-conscious, so I had to buy a hat.
Right.
Yeah.
But also I need to cover my head.
I did my time.
Yeah, I did my time.
I paid my debt to society.
Listen, if that guy lived for 1 million years and got his hands crushed by an anvil every day, he wouldn't pay his price to society. He wouldn't pay his debt.
Or every day it was something different.
Yeah, something different every day. Pull out his fingernails.
No, that'd be great.
You know.
Car door, whack.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Steamroller.
Feet first.
Well, the judge called him a, quote, confused, muddle-headed old man.
Okay. Now he's just like a jolly grandpa.
Now he's just like, he's a fucking, like, everyone's dunking on him now. I mean,
compass.
If you're like, well, I hate this guy because he chopped off this lady's arms, I'm going to give him 2 years in jail for stealing a hat. It's like when they finally caught OJ. Like,
they're like, all right.
Oh, yeah, right. They got him for stealing his own freaking thing, right?
Jaywalking, 10 years.
Exactly. That's a make. That's what they call a make good. So he gets out of jail in 1997.
1997.
Yeah, we skip ahead because nothing really happens. He's out of jail. He got out of jail in like 93, I think, and so he gets a new house in 1997.
He gets a new house.
I mean, whatever he did, I don't know what. I don't think you can merchant marine when you're an old man. So maybe he just merchanted. I don't know, or he had Social Security. He had something. And anyway, it was 1990, so everything hadn't, 1997, so people could still buy houses.
I'm just saying, to clarify, we've gone from the horrible crimes in California, no punishment, going to Florida, stealing a $3 hat, going to prison, and then he gets out and buys a house.
2 solid years.
I mean, there were years in between.
He's a white guy in America. Everything's
right?
coming up, Lawrence.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus fucking, what the fuck is going on?
Not wrong, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, sure, of course. Buys a house, as every convicted, violent murderer, attempted
it's not
murderer,
like he was a black kid
does.
with an ounce of weed.
Right.
Right?
Obviously, yes, because then he would have been executed. So, correct. Okay, carry on. So he buys his house.
He's in his house.
His waterfront property in Florida, I assume.
And he hired,
Probably cool.
That's misleading because it's Florida. So there's
right next to the Trumps.
There's ditches filled with ditches filled with dank water, so basically everything is
everything's waterfront.
Yeah, everything's waterfront.
Attached to water. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So he's living in the Everglades, is what you're saying.
But he hired these guys to paint the interior of the house. So on February 19th, 1997, the painters went to the house. They see that Lawrence Singleton's van was in the driveway because he still had a fucking
murder van.
Well, this one was a white van.
Oh,
so he actually went.
Vans.
He
Loves
went more.
vans, this guy.
Yeah, but he went more towards your typical free candy van by making it white.
Great, cool.
And so they're like, well, the back door's open, and
of the house or the van?
Of the house.
Okay.
Because they're there to paint. Like, they got shit to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so he hears moaning and was like, man, that man's fucking in there. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But he knocked on the door anyway, and he's like, hey. And he heard somebody call for help.
Of course.
So painter guy went right the fuck into the he's like, he heard help and he just went right in.
Nice.
And
so he's better than the two guys in the convertible in California.
Yes, exactly. And
so again, I'd like to point out, working class people better than rich assholes in a fancy car. Unsurprising, yet again.
It all fits. It all fits.
It all checks out.
It all checks
now
out.
this might swerve. Well, anyway,
carry on.
He sees a bunch of prescription pill bottles all over the place, and the whole place stunk of booze. And the guy said that Singleton was drunk every time he went there. Like, all he did was drink 2 gallons of vodka per day.
Okay.
And he went in the house, and he went in the living room, and he saw Singleton naked.
Horrible.
There was a woman on the couch.
Oh.
He was bent over between her legs.
Oh, come on.
And all he could really see of her was like her knee and part of her leg, but he saw some blood.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
And Singleton stands up and kind of looks in this dude Hitson's direction, and he says he wasn't holding anything. Like, Lawrence didn't have anything in his hands.
All right.
And so Singleton turned back around towards whatever he had been doing when Hitson came in, and Hitson booked it out of the house. And he told his uncle, and then he grabbed something, and this I loved. He didn't remember if it was a shovel or a broom, but whatever it was, he was going to jam it up that guy's ass.
It's got a handle.
Right. And he went to get in the house, and his uncle stopped him. So then they looked in the window, and you know what? I don't need to describe it.
No, don't describe. They looked in the window and saw bad things.
Yeah, but the kid.
You can just
chopped
skip.
up another girl.
No.
Yeah, was he chopping?
No, he wasn't chopping.
No. Okay, other bad stuff. Got it. So did they do something? Or are they now on my shit list too?
Well,
is my time arm going to have to reach back in time?
No, I'm trying to like weed it out without.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the uncle called 911.
Yep.
But they had to go to the gas station to do it.
Because nobody had cell phones because it was 1996.
Because it was, right. And then they kept going back and forth by Singleton's house, wondering why the cops weren't there. And then the cops finally showed up. Now, he gave his version of events, which...
Larry did?
Yeah, Larry did. The woman that he killed, a woman named Hayes, was a sex worker that had been with him multiple times. Like... regulars, because apparently he was like an old crapper on top of being a monster and like, I just want a friend and also blowjobs.
Yeah.
So
of course.
Oh, and the other thing is it's just weird when I realize that like super old people do it. Not only was he drunk, but he was on coke a huge percentage of the time.
Well, that's really something.
So he basically, they went to his house and she gave him a windy. He didn't come. Then they ate red beans and rice. And then there was supposedly some kind of cocaine altercation.
Uh-oh.
And he
resulting in her death?
So, they were both naked on the couch because they had already had blowjobs and beans. And...
Well, yeah. Well, you don't want to take a chance of getting the beans on your clothes.
Denny's B&B combo is only available.
Oh, my God.
So, then at Waffle House, they're like, we ain't got the second bean. So
there was a cocaine
altercation. Then there was money, and the price of cocaine was going up, and something about money. And he took out his wallet to give her cab fare to get home, and he says she grabbed his wallet and was going to take his money, and he grabbed her hand, and then he thought that she put some of his money in her mouth.
Okay.
Basically, he went into the kitchen and she bit him. She did what she could. He stabbed her and it hit one of her ventricles and she bled out.
Perfect.
3 kids.
Perfect.
Now, Mad Chopper says that it was all an accident and it was them in the struggle with the knife that caused her injuries, and it didn't have anything to do with him. It was all an accident and a misunderstanding.
Had nothing to do with his predilection for stabbing women.
Right.
Chopping pieces of their bodies off.
Right. Also...
unrelated, because he obviously was reformed. He was reformed when he was in jail in California, and now he no longer wants to chop up or injure women. So it was just a simple misunderstanding with a knife. You know, I have those all the time. Many times I have stabbed partners, and they have stabbed me also. Because we're always fighting over knives.
Sometimes it happens.
You know, you just a little stabbing. It's fine. A little stabbing between friends.
That was his story.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Now,
which was spot on truth.
When the painter guy,
we're done. That's the end of the podcast, right? That was his story.
Why are we even listening to what she has to say? What's he going to get, another week?
Isn't she dead?
No, she's dead.
Yeah.
She died, but the painter.
Oh, the painter. That's right. The painter was peeping in the window.
Yeah, but when he went out to get the shovel.
Oh God. Oh, the shovel or broom. We don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Some implement, some ass implement, and he said that the reason that he was so freaked out was because he was punching her and she was saying help and he was saying shut up, bitch, and punching her in the face. And
right, because he went in the house in the first place because he heard someone saying help.
Yeah, but
right, and that's not the logical conclusion to a accidental knife altercation.
And you know, a friendly accidental stabbing.
Yes.
Totally different. You don't even have time to call for help when you're just accidentally stabbing people or being stabbed.
Fair point.
Why would I call for help? It's just, you know, a normal event that happens.
it's just a regular old
Tussling over the
stabbing.
Knife.
There's no tussling.
Tussling.
In the subsequent rhubarb.
We're going to tussle.
So he goes on trial because there was really not a lot of ambiguity, let's say, about what had happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually said himself, Lawrence said, I was framed the first time, but this time I did it.
Oh.
Oh, well, that
Okay.
makes zero
great.
sense.
Great.
So he later said, we had an argument and she threw something at me, so I killed her. And I guess that makes me a murderer, so you got me now. Like,
Yeah. That literally is the definition of a murderer.
That's what a murderer is, yeah.
first of all, don't take that tone. You're 70 years old. So now this is 20 years after the 1978 debacle.
Right.
Right.
And Florida wasn't fucking around. Florida said, here's what's going to happen to you. We're going to kill you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Go to jail and wait for
Nice.
us to kill you. So he waited. Now, in the trial, this trial, Mary Vincent came.
Right.
And
Really? Good for her, man.
she went just to tell the court everything that happened to her because
Good.
prior acts was let in as evidence.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So basically, her whole thing was, oh, by the way, in case you wondered about this, I don't have arms, and he's why. And
Yeah. In case you'd like to hear about the quality of his character, let me tell you a
Yeah.
little story.
so now this last judge thing, because I want to tie it up.
Yep.
The court further finds that this was an unprovoked, senseless killing of a human being, the mother of two lovely children, without cause,
Right.
provocation, or justification. The fact that the victim was a prostitute in no way diminished her right to life and the pursuit of happiness or justifies the taking of her life.
Well, that was
And
nice
then he
that he
went
said
one
that.
sentence too long and weird. This killing further exemplifies that we are living in times worse than Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, Jesus. Of course we have to wrap
Jesus
it up with that.
Christ.
I was just going to give Florida credit. I was going to say, wow, I mean, 1997 Florida is like miles ahead of 2022 Florida.
They just went one sentence too far.
One sentence too far.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Sodom and Gomorrah. What could be worse? America
Man,
today? But
These
okay.
fucking assholes. You
Jesus.
fucking religious bullshit. Shove it up your ass.
All right.
Yep.
That's good. Scream. Gonna smash some more things on the desk there?
Yeah.
Didn't smash anything. This fell over
I'll smash
because
you.
I tried to keep my cat off without ruining everything.
That'll
Sorry,
never work.
Cody.
I like
You're gonna have
seeing
to
your
wait.
cat. Acadia's cat was in the room. Your cat was in the room. Mine couldn't care less. She's on the couch asleep.
I'll get the other one
100%.
too.
Well, that's good radio. Well,
Yeah,
hold
you know,
up.
That
this
is
is
good
about
radio.
people watching. This
Imagine
is
an
about people watching.
orange cat.
Imagine.
The worst thing about this is the show's on YouTube and they still can't watch anything. It's just a
I
fucking.
still don't watch anything. Yeah.
Everyone that listens to us on
Well,
YouTube,
we'll figure that
you're-
out.
You're the real MVPs. That's what I say.
Yeah,
Anyways,
except that not a single one of them will listen long enough to get to this part of the
you
show.
don't know. That's hurtful.
How long was
That
our
is-
average view time?
That's I am not talking to
All right.
at this point, which is going to make the end of the show kind of tough. So
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
so let's get back
they
to the
ended up,
story.
they were so mad about what the fuck happened in the first trial that
Yeah.
California like changed its laws
Shit.
specifically because of that guy. And apparently they
That's what
made
they
it,
should.
it's in 1987 when he got let out of jail, which everybody knew and nobody was happy about.
Right.
They were like, well, we have to do something now. And the Singleton bill now has, for whatever crime the Singleton bill is applied to,
Yep.
the minimum is
Mhm.
25 years and the maximum is life.
So it was not used for Brock Turner, for instance.
Right. Well, I mean, why ruin a guy's life?
Why ruin a young
You
guy's
don't
life?
ruin
A promising
Well,
young man.
But
promising.
Lawrence
bright
Singleton,
future.
he was old. And
Yeah.
so he was
We
in
can ruin his
jail.
life. We can
He was in
Old
jail.
crapper.
And so the whole time, remember that since 1978 until he was, except for a short time, the Mary Vincent had to think about how the guy that said that he was going to come back and finish the
Right.
job was no longer in jail.
Right.
Yeah, it was free. Oh my god.
And that lasted until 2001 because he died of fucking cancer.
Good. I
So,
hope it was
yay.
the most
Yay,
painful
cancer.
kind. I hope his organs liquefied.
And in case you thought, oh, well, maybe he paid his debtors, whatever,
No.
like that.
Again,
It wasn't
not possible.
because
Who's thinking that? Nobody's thinking that.
If you're thinking that, get the fuck out of this podcast. We don't want you listening.
when they were going into the
You
when
would
they
have
were
gotten
going
angry
into
a
the
long time ago.
when we were going into the parole hearing, the prosecutor said, honestly, I think if anything, he's worse now. Like he's worse now than when he got arrested.
Good.
So he died. Mary lived. It sucks
Good for
that
Mary.
Miss Hayes, Florida,
Did not.
did not live.
Yeah.
I mean, that her name was Roxanne Hayes, and I had conflicting reports that she had 2 kids or 3 kids, but any kids just makes it that much harder. But he's dead, so yay. And Mary actually said, now I don't have to worry for my kids anymore because I know he's dead. Because
Can you imagine?
all the rest of the time, she had the whole back of her mind, well, the
Right.
guy-
It's in your head. Well, he's out there.
yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And she's only in her 50s now.
Right.
I mean, the only way he could have died better is if she killed him with her super modern murder hands.
Robot arms. Yeah.
Yes, robot arms.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, she's still around now, so she can enjoy
She can get
cool
cool
robot
robot
arms
arms.
Take a shit
instead
on
of those stupid,
grave.
just plastic ones they used to put on. Just made it look like you were
Oh, right. Like with
like
the bend
an
in the
army
elbow.
man.
Yeah.
Like he was like March of the Wooden Soldier.
I hope she gets the best arms available.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is kind of the end of the story. And by kind of, I mean, that's the end of the story. She lived,
Well,
and I think the takeaway from this is she lived and it kind of goes to show you that shit's really fucking random. Because there are people, you could fucking cut yourself in the wrong spot. I saw a thing the other day about some guy, asshole was drunk and he punched a window. Right? But it was a big, like, plate glass window. And he hit an artery,
bled
bled
out.
out before anybody could get anywhere near him, I guess. And he just did it to himself.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she had the fortitude plus the good luck to
Somehow not die from
fucking
crawling
not
on
die and then walk 3
Yeah.
miles and then survive the fact that, okay, well, I just scared them away. Now no one will come and get me and I want to quit. But she
Right.
didn't quit.
Right.
And she faced him
It's
not once,
that
but
kind of Protestant work ethic that's helped this country be where it is.
That's right. We just need some more some more Mary Vincents. That's what this country needs. That's what this
Imagine what a Mary Vincent with 2 arms could do.
Goddamn.
Imagine. She could be president, probably.
Fly. Probably fly.
Well, I think she would need
Tie her
different
shoe.
prosthetics. Oh,
I brought it full circle.
you did too. You know what? You haven't lost a beat. So
I haven't lost a step.
the brief recap is: glad Mary lived. Sad that Roxanne died.
Yes.
Very, very glad that Larry
Also, yes.
died. Wish he could die more.
Would prefer that I could reach my time arm back.
Yes.
And
And then avoid all those things from happening.
I just for the record, there's that like debate about, if you could go back in time, would you kill baby Hitler? First of all, yes. I would also kill baby Lawrence. And so many other people just would not exist. No hesitation. Time arm, done.
Right.
The baby Lawrence
she's got to get cleaned up a bit.
Baby Lawrence is born. I just grab the infant from the mom with the time arm and I just strangle it right there. No explanation.
Wow.
Who cares?
Right there.
It's just better. It's just better.
It would be more intimidating if you could just have a gun in the time hand.
In the time hand. Well,
and you could rob a bank.
It just came
as
out
well. But they would be like,
my time hand is gonna invest in Apple stock in 1982 or something. It's fine.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Don't worry. I got myself covered.
Yeah, you got because it's the arm, you can still sign.
That's right.
Smart thinking.
The arm can do so much.
That's.
So if people want to find us, they can go to allmylinks.com/strangefulthings. But since we have the honor,
What about where to find Jen?
I don't want people to find me.
Because let me repeat what I was saying before.
Yes.
But because we have this special guest who told us to fuck off, so she's not on the allmylinks.com/strangefulthings at all because of the whatever
the fucking off
knife struggle. Tell us what platform you're legally allowed to plug for yourself.
Okay. I guess you can go to my TikTok, which
nice,
because it's public and I'm not banned on it currently. So hold on, I have to look up my username because it's not quite my real name because I couldn't get that, of course.
Did you try Fart Millie?
It is almost my name. So it's Jenn Martinelli, but instead of an I at the end of my name, it's 3 E's. So it's JENNMARTINELEEE.
All right, I'll put it. So
enjoy my hatred of men.
He'll put it in the show notes.
And my anti-capitalist take toothpaste from CVS rants.
Yep, that pretty much covers it. So, Jen, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, it's not even like it's like you're like, well, this is my fucking house. I'll sit on wherever I want.
What? Well, yeah. I mean.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
So now we know where to find you. We know where to find Shuey and I. I guess Shuey, there's only one thing left for us to do.
Well, I think everyone should just keep on flapping.
Now you have to say something, Jen, because I didn't tell you this before, but now you have to have a catchphrase.
I have to have a catchphrase? Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was in the email I sent you, but it was white text on the white background, so
you know what?
Read it. Legally binding.
Say something communist or something.
Seize the means of production.
Bye-bye.